everyone is aware actually about what is basically the hot topic of today's webinar, considering the education and immigration business. So this webinar is all about where we will be explaining you some good details in terms of the digital pathways which you can follow so that you can almost double your education and immigration business growth in 2024. So a lot of aspects will be covered in this meeting today in terms of lead generation, how you can protect your lead loss, and what all activities specifically you can perform in terms of getting some more responses from the prospects and so the inquiries that your business is getting. So okay, before I move forward, I'm sure everyone has heard the name of Mr. Satya Nadella, who is actually the Indo-American, based in America, the CEO of the big shot Microsoft company. Once, he kind of mentioned in one of his speeches that success in the digital age doesn't come from being the biggest. It comes from being the fastest, the one who can actually fastest adopt the changes which are happening in these, recent times. So that is something, which is a very great and a very impactful line, which I liked, but and I actually wanted to even share, with you guys as well. So we have a lot of people who are running their businesses since a very long time. I'm sure a lot of people must be in this industry since a good 20 years as well, and some must have recently started their businesses. So we already have a lot of bigger companies, but then sometimes what happens, you don't tend to switch to technology. You don't tend to adapt the digital pathways, which kind of limit your growth. So that is something you should actually focus on. And yeah, of course, as I said, this webinar will be all about the digital growth. So moving to the next slide. Everyone knows now, me, since we have been interacting since a while. My name is Bhavesh Motiramani. I'll be your, today's host for this webinar. You can even connect with me on LinkedIn in case, if you want to have a quick chat and if you want to know more about our company. And I would like to also introduce you guys to Mr. Nikunj Solanki. He is basically the general manager of marketing department at Consa India Private Limited. So let me tell you that he comes with a good experience of more than 13 plus years, specifically in marketing. His expertise basically is in content marketing. He's good with brand optimization, marketing automation, and a lot of other aspects of marketing, considering his experience. So I would like to quickly, he's already turned on his camera. Hi, Mr. Nikunj. How are you today? He will be, yeah, if you can just quickly.
Yeah. Hi, Bhavish. Thank you for the wonderful introductions. Hello, guys. Thank you for joining the wonderful webinar. Yeah, over to you, Bhavish.
Thank you, Nikunj. So he will be there with us. It's since the till the end of this session, because I'm sure you guys might have a few questions that you might want to ask to our expert that we have. So we will have a separate Q&A session at the very end of this webinar. And then I would just request all of you guys to maybe hold your questions. You can even drop your questions in the chat box in case if something occurs in your mind. We already have a team who will be responding it to you. But then yeah, if you have any interesting questions that you would also like to share with other people and you want to, speak this one-on-one with Mr. Nikunj, so we'll be definitely conducting that. So moving to the next slide. Okay, so today's key takeaways from this webinar basically will be the current trends and the scenarios in the education and immigration industry. We'll be checking few aspects of that. Some detailed strategies, how you guys can enhance the profit. Of course, our main focus will be on this particular point. Then digital strategies on how you guys can generate more leads from multiple channels. So that is also something which we have planned. A few key insights into structuring your marketing funnel. So everyone is aware about how the marketing funnel works. Even if you're not aware, I'm sure you guys have a basic idea how the leads come in, how you have to maintain them, how you have to nurture them. This is something which we'll be also talking about in detail, so that you have something, that you take away from this webinar today. You can try to implement this in your company. Of course, a few quick tips on how you can actually reduce or lead losses, the leads which you have already generated. So there is also something which we'll be sharing. And the live Q&A session, which I mentioned, there is something which would be with Mr. Nikunj Solanki at the end of this webinar. One more additional information knowledge, like information to you guys. We will be using a lot of specific terminologies, not only terminologies, but to marketing tools. So we, our marketing team has already prepared, good documents, which they would love to share with you guys. You can definitely ask for specific documents, and they'll be very actively available in the chat. So you can actually even request for that as well. So we will be sharing with you the relevant content during this webinar. Okay, now let's get started. So current scenarios. Let's talk about the current scenarios in the education immigration industry. Since we have a lot of people from the same background, I'm sure everyone is aware about how the things are happening these days in terms of the visa change policy of the bigger countries, which is Australia, Canada, UK, US, and how it is actually impacting our businesses as well. Just a quick highlight. I'm sure a lot of people already know, but then for the ones who are willing to know more about it, let's have a quick detailed discussion on it. Okay, so we talking about the positive aspects of the recent trends. What is happening is we kind of got this from one of the, you can say, the publisher, the content that we have had over here, which is Upgrad. And now there's a small graphical representation which tells you the increase of the number of applicants from tier 2 and tier 3 cities. Now, if I read this content, you can see that increase in applications from tier 2 and tier 3 cities. Education abroad interest previously concentrated in major, the major Asia Pacific cities, the, you can say, tier 1 cities only. But recently, there has been a rise in applications from tier 2 and tier 3 cities as well. Conducted a survey conducted by Upgrad Abroad. It showed in 2023 showed that 80% of respondents of this survey were actually from tier 2 and tier 3 cities who are actively seeking opportunities for studying abroad. So this is kind of an opportunity for you guys in case if you have a bigger presence in tier 1 cities. Maybe you can even try to connect virtually or even have physical presence in the tier 2 and tier 3 cities as well, because the business is growing there. So that is something which is a quick opportunity which you guys can grab. And 44% of upgrad, abroad cohort beginning study abroad journeys were actually from non-metro cities. So these figures, these stats are actually fascinating in terms of how we can see, even in the tier 2 and tier 3 cities of the Asia Pacific region, the students are showing interest and that they're willing to travel to, abroad for their further studies. Also, currently, I'm sure, a lot of people must be aware about this as well, that the students are actually eyeing on the European countries. Now, you'll notice if you are able to see my screen, the popular destinations are already marked in the blue lines, which you can see, which is, sorry, in the red lines, the other way around, my bad. You can see Canada, you can see United States, United Kingdom, Australia, and the other ones which have increased the interest in the students' mind, and the students are actually willing to choose such countries because of the additional benefits that they get, in terms of the studies, tuition fees. So these countries are basically Germany, Sweden, Finland, Denmark, Ireland, and France. So in case if you are only dealing with the bigger countries, maybe you can try to expand and try to know more about the other countries as well, the European countries specifically, because even, like talking about the Asia Pacific region, a lot of students are actually eyeing on this, these other countries as well. And to know more about these details, study abroad preferences leaning towards European countries persist similar to 2023. So this rise kind of took from the previous year, and we are noticing the same rise, which is stagnantly happening in the current year as well. Increasing interest observed in non-traditional study destinations among aspirants. So these are some non-traditional, countries which we explained previously. So popular choices include France, Germany, Finland. You have Sweden, you have Denmark, and Ireland. So again, these are some new, you can say, opportunities for you guys that you can grab, and you can actually introduce, this to the other students as well who are looking for traveling, abroad for the studies. Uh, and Germany, particularly, is very attractive for the Indian students due to its numerous public universities offering low cost or tuition free education. So this is a very good initiative by Germany, and a lot of Indians these days are, willing to travel to Germany because they don't have to show a lot of funds. They don't have to initially pay good, amount of fees, tuition fees. they have good scholarship programs. So even this is something which you can even suggest to the good students coming you with a good scores for that matter. Okay. Now, because of the policy changes in Australia, Canada, and the UK, which was noted in the last year, uh, like this is something which may affect the international students' choices in order to relocate to these particular countries. So you should be basically ready and be backed up with the other options available as well. Despite changes, traditional choices like Australia, UK, US, and Canada will still hold appeal for students. Of course, they have better studies considering the other countries as well. So the interest might still be there in these students where they must be eager to go to these bigger countries. But then, yeah, you can actually show them the different pathways, and you can show them, the different offerings which the other countries also have to offer. Okay, so these are some current changes which have happened. Just a quick insight for you. We will not go much in detail. In talking about UK, you can see in across these countries in 2024, there are these changes which have happened, specifically in the student visa subclass. So UK recent changes in the student visa rules restrict the ability of international students to bring their dependent family members. The university makes exceptions for a smaller group of students pursuing master's degree or government scholarships. So again, this is a very big change which have been brought up by the UK government, again, which might affect the students' choice. Talking about the USA, while the USA continues to attract a record number of Indian students, it has introduced changes to the F, M, and J visa subclasses, that is student visa subclasses, and their application processes. The Department of State has authorized consular officers to waive in-person interviews for those with the previous US visa experience. Again, so this is again, making the process a little bit complicated for the students again, which might, affect their choice of choosing for a specific country. Talking about Australia, Australia has tightened visa rules targeting international students and low skilled workers. These policies prohibit students from pursuing multiple programs simultaneously. So, work hours for the students are now capped at 48 hours per fortnight. The minimum savings requirement has been increased, which is around $24,000, $24,500, reflecting a 17% rise. So, again, this is something, a rise in funds, and they cannot opt for multiple courses at the same time. This is something again which is going to make a good amount of changes in terms of the student choices in traveling to Australia. And talking about Canada, starting from January 1st, 2024, Canada has increased the cost of living financials requirement to 20,635 Canadian dollars. And Minister Mark Miller declared that Canada would change the required amount for the cost of living and will undergo annual adjustments based on updates from the Statistics Canada. In addition, educational institutions must now admit only as many students as they can adequately support, including providing housing facilities. So again, this bigger change can also will definitely actually impact the choices of the students. Okay. Now, these were the few insights from the industry, just for everyone's knowledge. Now we can actually move forward to the in-depth discussion of the steps on how you guys can actually boost profit in the education and immigration industry. Okay. Uh, I'm sure everyone actually is aware about what is their best-selling service or what all services they are offering to their prospect clients. But it is always better to list down all these services and categorize them. You can say probably segment them in such a way which becomes easier for you to understand, easier for your your staff members to understand, the counselors who are your salespersons, for them to understand and how they can actually pitch the other services to the students in terms of getting some additional revenue from them. So, for example, we have listed down, these categories and on how you can actually segment these services which you offer. So, let's say if you specialize in study abroad services, there is the admission services. So, just make sure that what all are the countries which you offer. You can actually list them down. Immigration services. So, for example, visitor visa, student visa, temporary or PR visa, family visa, partner visa, business visa. So, this is something which you can actually, have prepared, and you can probably have a document, get it documented and even circulate it within staff members as well for the better clarity. Some additional auxiliary services, you can actually step into these services in case if you're not already offering it. Maybe you can think of offering these services, because this is something which would bring some good amount of commercials to your business. Such auxiliary services can be your virtual counseling, skill assessment, interview preparation, overseas health cover insurance, college fees payment, foreign exchange, foreign bank account opening process, accommodation service, travel service, and many more. So, in case if you're not already doing this, maybe you can, think of even adding these to your bucket list and then try to get more revenue out of it. And maybe you can even try to get the aspects of the coaching services like IELTS, PT, TOEFL, in case if you are, interested in that coaching part as well. So even everyone is aware, coaching is a very big business. In case if any student wants to travel to any study abroad, if they want to go to any abroad country, they have to undergo these steps. And this is a mandate thing which they have to do. So I'm sure, everyone knows that it has a very bigger potential. So you can even probably think of these services as well. Okay. In terms of, once you have listed down all the services that you offer and or that you are willing to offer, just make sure that you identify the USP and the target audience in terms of which particular audience will be the best fit for you. So talking about USP, what is USP? Unique selling proposition or unique selling point is the distinctive feature that makes your product or service different from your competitors. For example, in case if I am already into student visa, I offer kind of free test materials to my students. This is kind of my USP. Let's say I have the best administrator team in the entire city. They are very good at the documentation part. I have not received any visa rejection for the document cases. So again, you can put down, you can list these down, you can have these USPs added to your, services. From your list of services and benefits, identify the ones you offer that nobody else does. A new approach to a common problem or unusual level of quality or service. For instance, free counseling in case if you're, sending the students to study abroad. Comprehensive visa application assistance. You can even think of, assisting them in this comprehensive sets of visa application. You can offer them free SOP writing in that case and scholarship application guidance, a certain amount of regular follow-ups. So these can be your benefits or something that you do way beyond that the other consultations or firms are not performing. You can probably even list these down, and I'm sure you can actually try to promote these USPs within the specific region which you are willing to cater to. You can actually collect and analyze the detailed data about your target audience. Consider the factors such as their educational background, language proficiency, desired destination countries, preferred study programs, financial resources, etc., to create a specified strategy and create a detailed buyer persona. So, in case if you are in any industry, regardless of any industry, be it education, immigration, or be it any other industry, in case if you don't know what is your target audience and what actually your buyer persona looks like, I'm sure you are missing out on a lot of things. And what is actually buyer's persona? We have kind of given you a small example over here in terms of how you can prepare a bias persona. And what will basically, this is something which will make a lot of things clear for you guys in terms of what switch is supposed to be made and what all things are supposed to be added so that you can, attract these type of clientels who are your buyers, your active buyers. Okay. Just a quick poll for everyone. We would like to, let a few things, your inputs basically before we move forward and before I get into this bias persona. My team will drop you in the chat box. It would be really great if you just can answer the, these questions. You must have received a poll question. Let's take a 2-second break and let's wait for your responses. I want to see, whether you're able to select the specified options. So basically the poll is, what is your biggest challenge in generating the leads online? And if you click on the drop down, you'll be able to see different types of, reasons. So we are getting some votes now. We have received 2. We are expecting a few more just to know more about your insights. And using these polls, which basically will help us to, highlight or throw some light on certain points where you are actually facing these problems. Yeah, we're getting some more responses. Okay. Perfect. Thank you for sharing your responses. Now we can come back to the buyer's persona. So you can see that we have prepared this small template, and if you guys want, you can even ask. As I said, my marketing team has already prepared a document for you guys. a ready template wherein you have to just enter the details and the attributes are already given, considering our education and immigration industry. You can always request for that, and you can even reach out to us. We'll be more than happy to share with you this particular template if it helps you. So in terms of the attributes, we have mentioned all the attributes like the age range of the students, gender distribution, marital status, what is actually your crowd in case if there's only students or if you're already focusing on immigration visa. So are you also getting the partner visas request? Is it with the spouse or how does it work? So you can even list that down as well. Your specific country that you get more inquiries for. So you can even have that listed down. Education background, the professional status, social media presence of your audience. When do they start in the immigration process? That is also really important. So basically, let's say if you are, catering to the students of the 12th grade, or you only focus on the master's or the doctorate services that you offer, the courses. So that is something which you can list down. And again, it will help you to choose the exact, buyer for you in terms of where you can show this content to them or how you can run ads, for a specific target audience. Then referral source, that is also something which is really important. Any challenges and needs which are faced by your buyers. So the common challenges are basically the fund management sometimes, English language proficiency, which actually restricts the students to step out in the abroad countries and select the right course and have the right understanding of the process. These are some challenges which are actually faced by a lot of students. So you can even list down the main challenges which are faced by the crowd that you are catering to. Certain values and expectations of your particular crowd, what they are actually looking for when they are planning to, to travel abroad. Are they looking for a better lifestyle, financial growth, their transparency in services and prompt communication? So you can actually even, focus on that as well. And it is very nice to know about their previous consultancy experience in case if they have already attended a consultation, let's say from your competitor or someone else in your particular area. It is always nice to know whether they have gotten a dissatisfied experience from that particular consulting firm. And maybe you should be very ready, you should be proactively ready so that you don't repeat the same mistake, in case if you have the details readily available with you. That is something which will really help for you. It will really help you to, make things more seamless. So yeah, that was about the buyer's persona. That is something which will definitely help you to generate specific leads and decide what is your exactly your target audience. Rather than focusing on all bunch of students, just make sure that you have the specific details. Okay. Now, let's move to the digital strategies in terms of how you can generate more leads. So this is all about the lead generation part. Okay. Uh, I'm sure, in this digital era, even a very small businesses these days, they have a website created for themselves in order to show their online presence. So, you can clearly see that the foundation of your digital identity will always be your website. So I'm sure even, everyone who is with us on this webinar today, a lot of people already have their website, but how you can actually optimize your website in terms of generating more leads. So we have given you some quick tips, and we have also mentioned certain tools for you, which you can actually use. This is something which comes from the good marketing experience that our colleagues have had, and trust me, this is something which definitely works. So let's check each strategy one by one. A quick insight. Make sure that your website is mobile friendly, and how you can actually do that. Test your website's mobile usability using tools like Google Mobile Friendly Test. So this is something which you will, if you search it on Google Mobile Friendly Test, you'll be able to get on their site. And this is something which will help you to make the necessary adjustments or to improve the responses or load times for a specific pages that you have on the website. So you can probably start with that. The second thing is something which you should work upon is improve your website speed. Now, how you can do that? There are certain tools, which is Google Page Speed Insights. Now, if you go over there, it will actually tell you which page has more loading time, which page is, getting, visible in the fractions of seconds. So this is also a very important tool which you guys use, and you can use and you can optimize the speed first of all, because there is something which matters in first place. and you'll get to know what will be what are the issues which are actually slowing down your website. So you can actually bug fix that, and then you can make it more efficient for that matter. Then we have optimized website content on top pages. So again, this is also something which is really important. Uh, if you see this optimize website content on top pages, incorporate targeted keywords such as abroad education consultants. Then for example, these are some keywords which you can actually include on the website. Now, this is something which will help in case if, let's say, I am a student, if I'm searching for a specific keyword, let's say Australia PR assistance. Now, if there is something which is already available on your website, your link of the website might be available in the top, maybe let's say on SEO, and the students will be able to reach out to you very easily. So all these things are actually matter a lot. I mean, in this era, the students are smart. The crowd that you're catering to are much smarter than us. They have all the digital access, so we have to make sure that we use the correct keywords even on our website while you are creating the different pages. So these are the some keywords example which you can actually use. Best immigration consultants in a specific location. Let's say best immigration consultants in Kathmandu, best immigration consultants in Mumbai, something like that. You can have that keywords available on your website. So your search engine optimization will be completely improved. And then we have also mentioned these tools which you guys can actually use. So we have SEMrush, which is one of the, you can say, most frequently used tools, even by the other companies and the bigger marketing agencies as well. So SEMrush is something which you can look for, and then it will help you to have these, details available with you. And then there is one more which is listed. And of course, I mean, we will definitely be sharing these tools with you in a separate file. As I told you, you can always request for the content from us. So we have, which is why we have specifically listed down these particular tools for you, because I'm sure everyone knows this is supposed to be done, that is supposed to be done, but how you can do it. So this is how you can do it. We have already given you the specified tools over here, which are listed. Now, the fourth point that we have is review the CTAs throughout the website, which is call to actions, in case if you have any call to action buttons. Now, ensure that each CTA is clear and basically the action, it is basically the completely action oriented and strategically placed to guide the users forward to the next step. For example, contacting your contact us form, or let's say signing up for a newsletter on your website. So make sure that you have that placement correctly. Make sure that you test that correctly, because even the CTAs generate a lot of leads for you. I mean, this is something which is definitely going to help you generate leads from your website by putting these CTAs, these call to action buttons, your inquiry forms, your newsletter updates, any other events that you're hosting in the future. If you have those registrations available on the website, so again, these are something which are getting more prospects for you. Then we have implement lead capture form. So again, as I mentioned, this more or less kind of a inquiry contact us form. You can have it placed on the website, wherein you can ensure the high traffic pages should have simple lead capture forms. I mean, let's say if you have noticed that, okay, the most traffic which you have is only available on the informative section on your website, wherein you are publishing the immigration news for the students, or what all changes are happening, any quick tips for the students. If that is something which is your high, responsive page, place your lead forms over there. It is not necessary that always a specific home page or any other bigger page where you've listed down your services, that will be your most visited page. Rather, such informative pages can also be your high responsive pages. So make sure that you add these forms on specific pages where you get more responses over there. And then you have utilize AI chatbots for instant engagement. Now, this in this digital era, it is pretty simple. I mean, to have these chatbots integrated on your website these days, and even these chatbots will arrange a lot of leads for you. Now, for example, if I am a millennial, or if I am a Gen Z, belonging to a Gen Z crowd, what I'll do is I would rather not go, search for business on Google or call them and ask them certain questions like FAQs. I would rather see, okay, there is a chatbot available. Let me just finish my query up. I don't want to talk to anyone else. I would rather just drop the message. So, this is something like ease of connecting with your company. This is something which kind of shows interest in the students or the type of crowd that you're catering to. So make sure that you have these chatbots available in order to generate more leads from your website. We have also listed down certain chatbots which you can utilize. So it's, like Talk is one of the chatbots. And you also have Jiva Chat, which you can actually look for. So these are some tried and tested chatbots, which we have also used in the past. So these are something which we would definitely suggest you. And then the last thing that you can see is track and analyze your user behavior regularly. So this is something which is really important. You should actually have these, and how you can actually, analyze the user behavior. We have listed down the tools for you, what tools you can actually use. So you can have tools like Google Analytics, used in terms of how your visitors are reacting or interacting in terms of the data which is visible in your company's website. And then there is something Google Analytics will give you all the detailed analysis on what all tips and what all things you should actually focus on more rather than the entire pages on the entire website. So you also have a quick tip, which is mentioned. Keep your website engaging by regularly publishing interesting and useful blogs, infographics, and articles on essential information for students, government rules, and advice on choosing a suitable country based on individual preferences. Maybe you can have these quick, quizzes for them. Okay, what is your current study? What have you scored? So what will be an ideal destination for you if you're looking for the specific course? Something like that. And some information, in terms of changes in the government policies can also, bring this attention, because if a specific student is searching it on Google, that what are the current recent changes in the policies of Australia government. Now, if you have that content available on your website would be, in the top list of the available links. Then once the students click on that, they'll basically land up on your website. So this is how we're generating more traffics. So all these things are actually very important. In case if you're not giving importance to them, we should start giving importance to such quick, informative tips as well. Okay. Now, in the previous thing, we saw how you can actually optimize your website. There is something how you can generate more leads from the website. Now you have optimized your Google My Business. You should actually have your digital presence available. Of course, website is the foundation of the digital presence. Then comes Google My Business. So everyone these days, I'm sure each one of us present here, if they are willing to even purchase a mobile phone, or let's say if they are willing to take a specific service, they just go on the Google, they check the ratings of that particular business, they check where it is located, what all they offer. So this is something which is a mandate in this digital era. So if you're not already having this, you should have it. And if you already have it, we have listed down some other additional ways where you can actually enhance your experience, and you can have more things available on your My Business page which can get you more traction. So the first is up-to-date profile. Make sure that your profile is updated with the information about your organization, including key services and targeted keywords. So if you are into study abroad business, make sure that you use those study abroad keyword in your description of the business, and then you have the entire information about the organization. That creates the accountability of a specific business, and kind of gathers more trust from the type of crowd that you are willing to cater to. You should have posts and updates. So regularly posts engaging content about success stories, educational tips, or immigration updates, or certain special offers that you might have. So make sure that you keep on posting these updates on your Google business page. This is something which will really, if you have more activity over there, the people gain more trust. If they see some testimonials of your previous students, or if you have certain other the special offers that you're running, seasonal offers for them, that is also something which you should also post on Google My Business pages. You should also have a Q&A session wherein utilize the Q&A feature. You have actually a specific feature on Google My Business page which is Q&A. So you should actually utilize that feature to address some common questions which any students might have, considering the bias persona which you are catering to. So maybe you should definitely check this out if you haven't looked for it yet. So Q&A is also something which would really help you, and gain more traction from your Google business pages. Messaging. So Google My Business page also has this messaging facility. You should activate the messaging feature to allow potential clients to contact you directly. So it becomes very easy, right? I mean, let's say if you're searching for someone and you directly have the option of just message that particular business. So becomes easy for you. You don't have to even place a call. Just with one click, you can type your message and you can, send your query. So make sure that this particular connection which is built, it is pretty seamless, pretty easy for the end buyer. So, if you're not working on this particular thing, you should even start focusing on the messaging feature as well. Then service listings. So it is always good to have all the services that you're providing under your business. This gives better clarity to the students whether this business is actually dealing into the service which I'm interested or not. So make sure that you also have all the services listed properly on your My Business page. Then certain insights. If you have not used this insights feature of Google My Business page, you can actually use insights to understand what attracts your audience, tailor your services and marketing efforts accordingly. So this insights in any particular social media that you're offering, these days, be it Meta, be it LinkedIn, you have this analytics option, insights option, wherein you get to see what are the number of impressions you have gotten for a specific page or a specific post. So once you analyze that, you can actually then plan your marketing activities for that matter. So you should even definitely check this. Book appointments, bookings or appointments. This is something which should very, easily available on your Google My Business page. You should definitely activate this feature if you're not using this. So this is something which again helps your customers to directly book the appointments instead of giving you a call or maybe dropping your text. They are just directly booking up the open slots which are available for them. So the communication becomes more easier, more seamless, and they're having a better experience, which other consultancy firms are not offering, and they just stick to the traditional methods as of now. So you have the upper hand in that case. And Google reviews, of course. If you have given these good experiences to your, clients in past, make sure that you ask them to post a good review about your business so that, again, the accountability, the credibility, everything increases if you see more reviews and good reviews specifically on the wall. Even me, I mean, if I want to even just have my breakfast in some restaurant, I would not just go straight away anywhere. I would rather search for a specific location, restaurant. I would check the reviews first of all. If it is less than 4.5, I might skip them. But then, yeah, I would definitely prefer that okay, if someone is having a high rating review, I would just try that first. That is worth a try. So make sure you have these, reviews available from your past consultations that you've given. So yeah, it was about the Google My Business page. Now, we are actually going to show you how you can actually increase your engagement on social media. Now, social media is again very important aspects of the digitalization. Everyone, each and every generation is actually actively, using social media these days. So I'm sure you guys must already be running certain paid ads on your, Meta platforms or LinkedIn or anywhere else as well. But we have a strategy for you, which you guys can actually follow, which can actually bring in some great results while you are putting some commercials in your marketing campaigns. This is a strategy. The strategy is called 3:2:1. Now, what is this? We will definitely check how this is something which will work for your business. So, informative and educational content. You should actually have 3 such posts about informative and education content. Sorry. So this is something which will, share content that provides value. Like, let's say, visa application and language preparation tips. This is a kind of a good information for the students. Country, education guidelines, or let's say immigration policy updates, or checklist for international students, what all things they should have. Let's say if my main business is for Canada, I would rather have all the things listed. Okay, if you are a student and willing to travel to Canada, these are some things you should know. You should have this bank account. You should have this. You should be ready for this. If you're traveling from this region, you should take away this with you. So these kind of things, these days, everyone just goes on Google and search for it. And this is something which will definitely help you to attract the audience, and the ads will be shown properly. So you should have 3 such informative posts in case if you're posting anything on your social media pages. So this is something which you can keep in mind. Then comes 3. 3 is done. We have 2. So engagement and community building. You should have 2 such posts in terms of engaging your audience and building kind of a community overall for all the students and let's say for the Edu-Immigration industry pals. How you can actually do that is share the content that tells your story. Success stories, or let's say question and answer sessions, some cultural exchange posts, in case if you have any student exchange programs or an exchange programs, you can share your experiences over there in terms of how, the students feel once they go to other country. And then your success stories in terms of your milestones that you've achieved, how many visas approvals your company has made already in past, what is your ratio, success ratio. That is something which you can highlight. So these are some posts which you can do. We have already listed down the examples. And then promotional content. Promotional content is something these days, even before I was not aware about this 3:1 is 3:2:1 strategy. Even I had this misconception that, okay, if I'm running any ad, I will rather run it as a promotional ad, but that is not the case. I mean, you should actually divide into such, pieces wherein you have three different posts for information, two different posts for engagement building, and then only one post for your promotions, which is ultimately what are your current offers, or what are your USPs. Let's say summer offer, 20% discount offer live. Don't focus more on that. Rather, of course, you should do it, but then you should rather have this strategized properly and make sure that uh, I mean, I can even guarantee that you'll start noticing the results. You start noticing the changes which will happen in your marketing strategies and the amount of leads that you'll be generating. So this is some strategy. Again, my team will share with you some more content on this. In case if you want it, you can definitely ask for it. Okay. This is more or less a social media calendar template which we have kind of built for you guys, just to make you understand. You should actually plan all the posts, well in advance. So a calendar of social media, something will look like you should have weekly calendars. That okay, uh, what date, what time, what is the title of my social media post, whether this is available on Facebook, the link of that, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok. So all the platforms which you guys are actively using should be properly listed, and all these things should be maintained properly. So you get to understand that okay, previously I have already done this, in the previous week. I need not to focus on this one. Rather, I should focus on the other things which can bring me some more traction. Some repetitive promotional content or repetitive informative content can also might show some disinterest in your clients. Rather, you should have this available so that you can even check your past statistics, what was posted, now what am I supposed to focus on other things. So you should actually have this. And again, we already have a template available of this social media calendar as well. Again, if you require it, feel free to ask from I think I'm happy to share it with you. Okay. So these are some great tools which we have listed down for you, which you can use. So get used to social media tools in terms of different types of things like automation, analytics, chatbots, content creation, graphic and multimedia, SEO strategies, influencer collaboration, and social listening. So, for example, if you are willing to automate your marketing activities, streamline your content management using platforms like Hootsuite, you have Buffer, or you have Hero Post. You can actually schedule your posts accordingly using this automation tools. This is something which will uh, help your marketing team, or in case if you are the sole person who is managing all the stuff. Oh, sorry for a small network disruption. I hope everyone can hear me back. Yeah. So yeah, in terms of analytics, in case if you want to know more about the analytics of the post that you have shared, so you can actually use these analytics features that have been provided by the social media platforms, as I said earlier, where you get to see the impressions. For example, if I post anything on LinkedIn, even as a user, I get this impression section where I get to know that okay, from what all industries people saw my post, what is the target audience, from which particular region was this post seen most. So this analytics feature is something which you can also use to have more detail about your marketing plans. You also have these chatbots. You can actually set up their chatbots to answer FAQs about immigration processes. Let's say, as I told you earlier, we have Talk, we have Jiva Chat. If you're using that, just make sure that you have the FAQs listed over there, so it becomes easier for your clients to reach out to you and get to know more about their specific doubts, the common doubts basically. In terms of content creation, you can actually utilize the tools like Jasper, you have Chat GPT, and then you have Grammarly. So to create your content more efficiently, just don't rely on only on the content writer what they write. Rather, you should even use these automated tools because they give you some additional results, and you get to see more empowering words, what is currently trending. So this is something these tools will really help you to have good content available for all the posts that you'll be planning. Graphic and multimedia tools. So there are certain platforms such as Canva, you have CapCut, or you have InVideo to craft visually stunning graphics and engaging short videos. So you don't really need to hire a specific graphic designer for that. Let's say if you are, running on a specific budget for your marketing activities, you just use these tools. Even as a normal mobile, you can have these applications on your mobile phone, and it will really help you to modify these videos from your end itself. And I mean, this is something which is really engaging these days. Everyone knows people are crazy about watching reels. They want even to, they want also to watch these promotional marketing activities via reels if you have a different way of showing it. So you can try to even get into that shoes as well and see how response you are getting. You can actually utilize these tools if you don't have a specific digital marketing person who shoots video for you, a video person. Yeah, in terms of SEO strategies, you can optimize your social media content with relevant keywords and hashtags to increase its visibility in searches. Now, it is ideal to have certain keywords which are similarly available on your website as well as your Google My Business page. So make sure the trending words like best immigration agent in Ahmedabad or best study abroad business, you know, let's say Canada student visa, something like that. So you should have these similar words available both on your website and business pages. So that will something which will really help you to boost your SEO. You'll get more visits on your relevant pages. Influencer collaboration. Now, this is something which is really working these days for a lot of businesses. In case if you have a good budget and if you can even collaborate with the influencers, you can use platforms like BuzzSumo or you have Upfluence to identify and collaborate with the influence in the immigration sector. So specifically these two tools, BuzzSumo or Upfluence, you can just try to check that out. I'm sure you'll find a lot of influencers from the immigration industry. You can connect with them, and you can even invite them. Let's say at your office, in case you are hosting a seminar, or if you are, let's say, hosting a webinar online, like you're attending today. So that is something which will really help you. And of course, social listening. Employ tools such as Brand Watch or Mention to monitor online conversations about your brand and related topics. So BrandWatch is a very nice tool. In case if you just add your website link over there, it gives you a lot of quick insights in terms of what conversations are happening in your brand, what people are talking about it, in case if they are posting anything, or if you have added certain things over there in terms of infographics. So BrandWatch is a really nice tool in case if you want to use it for the social listening part. So again, you don't need to worry. You don't need to note it down right now. As I said, we have the content available with you. Just request for it, and my team will definitely share this entire list of tools with you. Okay. Uh, Talking about the paid ads, I'm sure a lot of people must have already tried and tested the paid ads functionality to generate more leads. But how you can actually increase your efficiency or enhance your paid ads, activities that you are following. We have listed down some important strategies for you, which you can definitely focus on, and yeah, you can definitely give it a try for that as well. So, platform-specific strategies. To increase the reach and visibility of your campaign, it is important to select odd placements. Sorry, it is important to select ad placements like in feeds, stories, search results, video pre-rolls, etc. So you should actually know. Let's say if I am using my Instagram account, if I let's say post a story, I get 200 likes. If I post it in my feed, I probably get 100 likes. So I can see I have more engagement in my Instagram stories rather than my feeds. So I would rather choose stories as a medium more than getting added in feeds. And there will be certain things which will have more reactions in my feed panel. So I would choose such content over there. So of course, this is something which will you'll get to know once you start doing it. Once you have a specific data which you can analyze and you can track that, okay, this is something which can be improved. So you can have these platform specific strategies implemented. Utilize the landing pages. Design user-friendly landing pages tailored to showcase your services and special offers. So you should actually have these, whatever special services that you're offering. And in case your entire list of services, you should make sure that they are very user-friendly. They are designed in a very nicer way, which becomes easier for the end person to understand. And it shouldn't be very complicated. Let's say I won't keep hidden my services like under a drop down. Rather, I will just list it very clearly visible on my website listing page, rather than hiding it somewhere under a drop down. So that is something which you can even think of. Leverage automation. Of course, automation is something which is going to be the game-changing thing. You should start adopting automation and start, taking the leverage of automation. How you can do that? Use automation for bid management, ad placements, and optimizing ad schedules based on when your audience is most active. So this is something which really helps you. The correct time of the day, the correct week of the day. Sorry, the correct day of the week, correct time of the day. That is something which you should know where you're getting more responses. So there are certain tools again, automation tools, which we will be sharing it with you in case if you need it. My team will be more than happy to share those documents with you. Effective ad creators. So how you can actually do that? Ensure that your USP special offers and call to actions and the main message are prominently featured in a concise and a clear way in your artwork. Also consider leveraging AI generated courses to create short videos. So yeah, I mean, you should have these USPs where you should have these beautiful, call to action buttons, which gets more traction for you. Make sure that you have a message which is much clear to the student, not more confusing. And yeah, you can even have the AI generated videos these days. It is very easily available. I mean, if you search for a specific video that you want to create this video using this voice and using this space, you'll be able to create it. And you can create these short, content informative videos and have these ads campaigns run more in an effective way. Okay, then we have A and B testing. Okay, A/B testing is really important. What exactly is A/B testing is? Let me tell you. For example, let's say if I am posting something, a content which is specifically for my audience. Let's say it was more in a professional language, and once I posted it, the audience reacted it, but then I was not able to generate leads out of it. But similarly, if I try to switch to more casual way of presenting it, and if I post it as a feed, in a casual language, I kind of saw that okay, I'm receiving more messages, I'm receiving more number of inquiries. So this is sort of an example of A/B testing. You should make sure you shouldn't limit your content using only one particular action. You should rather have multiple options open. Check and see, drop some feeds in, see and see, what responses you are getting and how leads are getting generated out of it. So this is the very important thing which you should do. So regularly test different ad creatives, headlines, and call to actions to see what resonates best with your audience. Yep. And then you have optimize your campaign. So how you can actually do that? Use automated bidding strategies to optimize for conversions. Adjust bid based on device location, interest, customer behavior, and time of day for better performance. So again, there are some automated bidding tools as well, which again my team will definitely share it with you. And you can actually use that in terms of how you can adjust the bids and see, based on what device it is presenting or the location or the interest of or a particular customer's behavior. Okay, there are again a few quick tips for you. Uh, to encourage the younger audience, create captivating and interactive ads on Snapchat. Now, the Gen Z, the millennials are actually very much active on the Snapchat. So, in case if that is your bias persona, that is your targeted audience, and if you are running ads on Meta, that is something which is not working for you. Try using Snapchat ad creators and create these interactive ads wherein you can create a short video out of it and post it over there. Focus LinkedIn ads on showcasing career opportunities for potential immigrants and students interested in pursuing higher education. So if your buyer persona includes, the people who are, who can be a potential immigrants in case if they are willing to work abroad with the sponsored visa type, these things can be portrayed for them via LinkedIn ads because they are more active on LinkedIn for that matter. And then utilize meta ads to effectively target families, students, and young professionals. Of course, all the generations are using Instagram, Facebook, the main meta platforms, WhatsApp that we have. So if you have a certain target audience where you're taking care of all the generations, you should target and specifically use meta ads for that. So these were some quick tips for you. Okay. Uh, some additional work. I mean, we have already shown you how you can generate the leads from various aspects, from optimizing your website, from your Google business pages, and running out these social media campaigns. Now, these are some next level strategies for growth. We have already listed them down. I'm sure a lot of people are aware about it, but then a few things might be really new to you. So, first thing is host webinars and online workshops on visa application processes, tips for adjusting on how the life becomes when you travel to abroad, or choosing the right educational program for a specific student. So these webinars would really interest the type of audience that you are catering to. Make sure that you have the relevant content over there. And trust me, I mean, webinars really work very well on these online workshops for the type of audience that you are catering to. To maximize engagement, focus on WhatsApp for personalized messaging, SMS for urgent alerts, and email for detailed newsletters and promotions, ensuring all content is customized. So you shouldn't really use only one particular platform. So we have we have kind of bifurcated that what should WhatsApp be used for, what should SMS be used for, and what should email be used for. So make sure you know the importance of this, and you're using all the different channels in terms of portraying different content to your students or your clients. Offer virtual reality tools. Now, this is something which is happening and being done by a lot of education immigration agents in order to attract the students more. If you're actually offering them virtual reality of the education institutions wherein they are willing to apply, so this is something which will make them more fascinating because they'll be able to see the campus live. They'll be able to have a proper tour of the entire thing. Wherein I'm sure the universities have these days prepared. Everyone is working hard on that. Even they are marketing their institutions. So make sure that you collect those virtual tours, videos from them, and you show it to your specific audience, so that by seeing that they will actually land up on your website in case if you have proper call to action buttons and if you're running ads. Okay. Implement referral program. Again, reference is something which is still working, in this era as well. People trust other people's word. For example, if I have a friend, if I've already experienced, a good amount of, you can say, knowledge that I've received from a specific consultant, I would rather recommend that consultant to my friend as well. That okay, just go there; they are great and they'll definitely help you out. So you should have these referral programs. This strategy encourages your word of mouth, as we said, word of mouth promotion, leveraging personal networks to expand your reach and potentially increase your customer base. So trust me, this is something which works out really well in case if you're not already doing that. Content syndication, or you also call it as a PR. Share your content on educational and immigration focused publications. So I'm sure everyone knows about all the bigger giants, the platforms which connect different agents as well. Try to kind of have your kind of a personal relationship or the PR maintained by having these articles published as an expert. Let's say if Bhavesh is owning an XYZ consultancy, he's sitting back in Ahmedabad, but then he knows there are certain things which the other people does not know. He would rather approach a specific trusted website, ask them to have his content published. And again, if that particular student is looking at the website of that particular institute, or let's say any other agent, any other important sources like let's say Upgrad or apply board or applicar for that matter, because you have Pi News for that matter. So they'll be able to see that okay, this agent is also present over here as an expert. So trust again increases. You should also try to do that as well. Host digital expos featuring universities and colleges from around the world. I'm sure few people are already doing that, but yeah, if you have not done it, if you've not tried it, make sure that you do this. you will get a lot of traction. You will be able to invite a lot of people on your, these virtual expos. If you are having, these university people on the call and they are one-on-one answering the questions of the students, becomes easier for them. Leverage co-branding. You can leverage the co-branding with cafes, bookstores, travel agencies, language schools, tech companies, and lifestyle brands to enhance outreach and engagement. Now, if let's say talking about Mumbai, if I'm staying in Mumbai, if I am somewhere near Bandstand, I know a lot of the people who fit in my buyer persona, they are hanging out around in the cafes, or let's say they prefer these language schools where they go to learn French language or German language. So I'll make sure that I have a co-branding done. I've taken this initiative and I have something available over there as well, so that I can reach out to them, not directly, but again indirectly, considering the interest of my buyer's persona. So try to leverage your co-branding as well. This works really well. Launch a podcast series featuring interviews with institute partners, success stories from your past clients, and tips for prospective students and immigrants. So definitely podcasts these days. It is actually preferred by the age of the people aging between, let's say, 17 to 30, 35. A lot of people listen to podcast these days, be it Spotify, be it YouTube. So make sure that you have these podcast series available. You have the reach available over there as well. You never know if someone is searching for, let's say, podcast and study abroad, and your podcast pops in. Again, you have the lead generator. So that is something which you can even utilize. Develop interactive online quizzes that help users determine the best country and education program for them. So this is something which we even discussed at the previous slide, that you can actually have these interactive online quizzes available on your website, where you have 4 to 5 questions. If someone is filling that, they will be able to see that, okay, what is the best fit country for them. Okay, and there is one more poll for you guys, which says, which digital marketing channels have you found most effective for lead generation in your business? So we want to know more insights from your end as well. What has been more effective for you until now, where you have seen more results? So is it social media? Is it email marketing? Is it SEO? Is it pay-per-click advertising or content marketing? So you can choose your relevant option. We would love to hear insights from your end. Yeah, we'll take a couple of seconds pause. Let's see what responses we are getting from the pals that we have. Oh, I can see a lot of responses coming in from social media. Of course, social media is something which works really well. So a few for pay-per-click advertising as well. So since we covered almost a good amount of aspects over here, you will be also able to focus on the other parts as well, just not social media, but the other things that we discussed. I'm sure that will really help you out. Okay. Now, digital activity, something you should definitely focus on, but you shouldn't even forget certain roots of the traditional marketing activities which we were doing earlier. That includes your radio and theater ads. As I said, for example, let's say if I'm staying in Mumbai, if there is a theater which is pretty close to my area, I would approach them. I would just tell them that, okay, this is the video. I want you to play this video in the interval or anytime, when the audience come in. If you know that that is something your buyer persona's audience, for specific movies, let's say some Hollywood movies or, specific type of genres, you can even approach them and have these ads, running. Even this is something which really works out. You can actually focus on this regional marketing properly by using these radio and theater ads. The local people are more interested, in listening it from other people, or maybe seeing it as a visual in theater. They might show more interest in you. There are certain outdoor advertising, activities as well. Like you should strategically place your billboards, your signages, especially around educational institutions and busy streets. Now, let's say if I'm in Ahmedabad, we have a place called SG Highway. I know a lot of students just go there to chill or hang out. I would rather have a billboard over there. Or let's say if there is a very big college in my city, which is called HL College of Commerce, where a lot of degrees are being pursued by different students, even from the other countries who migrate over here and study. So I would also have a billboard over there that, okay, this is something which is actually directly you are reaching out to your buyers persona, the people who fit in the category where you are willing to give them the services. And again, this is something again which works really well. Local partnerships and events. You should also focus on the local partnerships that we were talking about previously. You should collaborate with different universities for seminars, participate in local education fairs, and etc. I'm sure a lot of people are already doing it, but if not, you should definitely focus on these activities as well. Innovative advertising. This is something which is captivating good amount of, you can say, interest from all sorts of crowd in the specific countries that we are residing. So explore 3D LED ads in shopping malls, or let's say if there are any ads in your areas, you can have a vehicle, where you can portray these ads in a moving vehicle, and then ensuring brand visibility is high in foot traffic location. So make sure that you have a lot of activities where you're performing this. They should be the busy streets, the busy area where all the generations step in. So maybe you can plan that accordingly and get some good traction out of it. Okay, so we saw earlier how basically you can generate the leads. This is something where we will be giving an understanding of the marketing funnel, how the marketing funnel looks like. So lead generation is something which we kind of discussed. Now let's see, once the lead comes, how you are, how you should, or how you should actually nurture it moving forward once it comes to the bottom, once it comes to the top, or once it comes to the, middle of the funnel. So this is what a marketing funnel looks like. These are the different stages of the funnels of the marketing activities that we perform. So for example, the first stage that you see is attraction, which is TOFU, top of the funnel. So all these, the attraction will, so you should basically focus on attracting your audience by again sharing them infographics, your educational newsletters and business thoughts, etc. This is only to attract your audience in terms of showing them the relevant content which they are actually willing to know more about, or which they are actually looking for. Visitors will reach out to you exploring better options for studying abroad. This is something you should do in the top of the marketing funnel. Let's say once it comes into the middle of the funnel, that is your conversion stage. Now, encourage deeper engagement with content that showcases expertise in success. For example, could be your case studies, your webinars, which you've already conducted, the recordings of that on your website, surveys, checklists, etc. This is the evaluation stage for your crowd. Prospects turn into leads due to the trust and solution of their problem. So again, if you have these things which already has the answer to their question, they will be more than happy to just take the service, go ahead and take the service from you. And at the bottom of the funnel, which is basically generating the marketing qualified leads, that is exactly your target audience. Crafting content that qualifies interested leads by addressing specific education and immigration queries. For example, the consultation offers that you are willing to offer, your client reviews. You can, run these kind of send these kind of emailers to the leads which are generated and which are already qualified by the marketing team. You should actually host events for them, webinars, wherein you can invite them specifically and ask them questions. What is their interest, and this will be more relevant for them. And this is actually the decision-making stage for your prospect line. Clients get ready to take the next step, trusting in the personalized, informative, and supportive journey. So this is the marketing funnel. This is explained in a better way, in much more in detail. We have again prepared, good document. Again, if you are willing to have that, feel free to ask for it. We'll definitely, share it with you. Okay. Now you already have the leads. Some quick tips to reduce your lead loss. Again, there is also something which is very important, not only generating the leads, but maintaining that and reducing the lead loss. You shouldn't let the prospect lead go because you've already paid for a specific thing. And again, there is a small poll which we would like to, you to answer. Would you like us to share a marketing strategy specifically for your business? Now, since I said, this is something which is being prepared by the marketing experts sitting back in our company. This is completely tried and tested. So if you want us to share these specific strategies for education immigration industry, just hit the yes button. We'd be more than happy to share it with you. Okay. So some quick tips for you. Improve lead qualification to focus on high potential leads. Make sure that you focus on the, properly you qualify the leads. Segment leads for more targeted communication. You should have the leads segmented properly in terms of which audience is supposed to be approached at what, for example, if they are top of the funnel and they are yet to, receive some direct messages from you for that matter. So you should use some specific platforms you need to communicate with them. You should properly segment, all these things. Create valuable content for different stages of the buyer's journey. As we saw earlier, that you can actually create the content for different stages where the lead is coming in, so that you can reduce the lead loss. Use Post or MailChimp for automated email campaigns. And if you are planning to send emailers at a specific stage, let's say middle of the funnel, if you're sharing some client reviews as an emailer, make sure that you use Post or MailChimp instead of manually sending it to them and wasting your time. Just schedule the post and send bulk emails accordingly. Respond quickly to lead interaction. In case if you're getting queries on your website or on your LinkedIn, your Instagram, your Facebook messengers, make sure that you have someone to attend to it, because it is very important to answer these questions on timely basis. Use personalized follow-up strategies for different lead segments. You should have your different sorts of follow-ups which you can decide. Let's say if it is in the top of the funnel, I would rather not do very aggressive follow-ups. If it is somewhere at the bottom of my funnel, they're already my marketing qualified lead, not receiving any response, I would rather focus on following up more to such clients than the ones which are at the top. Implement retargeting campaigns to re-engage the leads. So the ones which are already at the bottom of your marketing funnel, which are your marketing qualified leads, make sure that you have some retargeting campaigns in case if they have not still converted into your paid client specifically for them. You should have these campaigns arranged to re-engage with them. You make sure that you are in touch with them and you don't let them go. Conduct A/B testing, which we saw earlier, to optimize lead capture and conversion, and provide regular training to your sales team on lead management best practice. Make sure that you teach your sales team well how to deal with the certain scenarios, what content is supposed to be shared, what not is supposed to be shared. You should have these regular trainings with them to increase their ability. Okay. And what else you can do to actually double your education business growth? We saw a lot of aspects in the previous slides, but then what else? So you should actually have an industry-specific CRM which you can adapt. In case if you're still using the traditional methods of maintaining your leads, let's say in an Excel sheet or some other ways which you guys are already using, you should look for a specific CRM which can manage your clients' data properly so that nothing is being lost. And specifically for our industry, education immigration industry, this what an ideal CRM can look like for you if it has all these features: lead management, task management, appointment flexibility, document management, online payments and invoicing, coaching management, communications, integration with different communication channels, multi-branch and user management if you are having multiple branches, reports and analytics, of course, that is very important for any CRM, and the commission management, which basically, you send the students and get commission from the universities. So this is how, or this is what an ideal CRM will look like in case if you are willing to adopt industry-specific CRM. Okay. Now, just a quick insight about what Conze is, since I'm representing Conze over here. So Conze believes in building exceptional SaaS-based solutions to reform education and immigration industry. Conze is all about transforming education and immigration industry. I would like to actually show you certain, SaaS products that you already have in the market. We have good client base from all the parts of the world, from India, from Nepal, from UK, from Canada, from other countries as well. So these are some specific digital solutions for you in case if you are willing to, opt for adapt these digital solutions. Condesk is actually a smart and intuitive CRM, which is exclusively meant for education immigration agents. We have Compare, which is basically a go-to portal for comparison and purchase of your overseas student health cover and overseas visitor health covers. You have Consign in case if you deal with a lot of signatures and you want to, have this completely switched to digital rather than following the traditional methods of signing it on a paper. Consign is the perfect solution for you, which is an innovative e-signature platform with document management system. And then you also have Search My Ensco. This is specifically for Australia, skilled occupation tool to check occupational eligibility of an Australian immigrant. For example, if Bhavesh is a student who is willing to pursue his chef career in Australia, if he search his occupation chef, so from all the government trusted websites, Search My Ensco brings in the information, tells you that, okay, for Bhavesh, if he's willing for chef, this will be an ideal state where he can stay so that he can get more points. These will be his other occupations which he can apply for, which visa subclass will be good for him so that he can get his PR pathway too. So again, this is also a digital tool which can help you to generate leads and give this additional benefits to your clients. Yeah. So this was a small thing about Conze. Now we'll be having a quick Q&A session. As I said, we have Mr. Nikun Solanki sitting with us, a marketing expert, who would love to answer all your questions that you might have. So I would request anyone who has, throughout this process, if they have any questions relating to any aspects of marketing, or even, out of that, if you want to take some suggestions, feel free to just unmute your mic. And it would be great if you can just raise your hands first, and then we'll address each one of you one by one. So, ready to go.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Bhavesh, for explaining the digital pathways for education and immigration business. So now the floor is open for the Q&A, and I'm happy to respond to any queries.
We have Mr. Sabin.
Sabin Jose. Yeah. Yes, Sabin.
No. Good afternoon, everyone.
Yeah, good
So, thank you for the very wonderful presentation. I have a few of my colleagues also who've joined us for this presentation. So, I think we would be requesting for a demo for the CRM. And I think that was a predominant reason why we wanted to attend this session. But what we went through on the last 32 slides in terms of the marketing, the website optimization, etc., etc. So, is there some kind of a package module where you help us integrate or optimize our digital presence and also the websites that we currently have? I understand that you gave us an overview of what needs to be done, but we
Yes.
want those things to be happen as well. So, is there a package or some kind of an assistant that you'd provide once we get into your CRM platform, or the CRM platform itself has some kind of interconnectivity with the website, etc., which helps us optimize our digital platform?
So, hi Sabin. Yeah, I mean, I would love to answer your question. Basically, yes. I mean, in case if you want to, even connect, let's say, your website query inquiry forms with the system directly, so that automatically all the inquiries populate in the CRM. If you are running your meta ads on Facebook, if you want to again get these inquiries get auto populated to the CRM, that is something which is definitely available. And talking about, if you are willing to opt for Condesk, you will have the entire journey planned, wherein you'll be assigned a specific dedicated customer success manager who will help you to do the entire setup in case you're getting stuck anywhere. So you'll get the entire support from our team if you want to integrate any telecommunication softwares or your marketing, ads that you're running, or even your website contact us form. So we'd be more than happy to help you with that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes. Adesh.
Yes, hi, how are you doing?
Yeah, doing great. Adesh, how are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you, Nikon. So, myself, Adesh Shrestha from Brighter Tomorrow from Nepal itself. So,
Okay.
uh, uh, um, uh, 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 I'm in this industry for last more than a 1 decade, but I have initiate my own business. It's just like a 3 months, so it's like a new
Mm-hmm.
business for me. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
doing all my promotional ads, everything, whatever I'm doing from my entire social media platform.
Okay.
But I'm confused in some one point that whatever I'm doing, I'm getting a good number of leads, but I'm not able to filter the which lead is genuine and which one is just bluffing for me. That is the major issue for me. So how
Okay.
can I filterize that lead? Because uh,
Mm.
A good number of leads. That's a good part of the social media. But the thing is, I'm not able to filterize my leads. So who is the genuine and who is the bluffing for me, and who is so this is the major problem for me. So is there any good solution for me from your end so that I can filter out for the upcoming anything whatever I do, I will track down only the genuine leads. Is there any solution from your end?
So, Adesh, I would suggest in this case, you should, prepare the buyer persona first. Whenever you are, making any campaigns, you need to prepare the buyer persona. If if you have designed the buyer persona very well, then you can easily create the campaign. Sometimes what happen, you have just, target the campaigns to your irrelevant audience. In this case, you are getting the leads, you are getting a number of leads, but those leads are not relevant to your industry especially in this case. So I would say first you should create the buyer persona for your audience. Then you should choose the platform, which platforms you need to target. Like most of the peoples are on the Instagram. If we are talking about our TG, then they are mostly on Instagram and the Snapchat. So in this case, you need to exclude those platforms like the Facebook timelines, Facebook feeds, and the in-network audience of the Facebooks. So, you need to analyze the campaign. Then periodically you will get to optimize that, what platform actually work for you. And you can identify where the lead leakage is. So you also need the system where you can easily track all of those leads in a better way. Like, the if you are generating the leads from the Facebook and the Meta and the Snapchat, then those platforms are fruitful to convert those leads into the customers or not. How can you identify that? Then you need the systems. So basically, if you need the system, and if you have the system, then you can easily identify what platforms actually work for you, and accordingly you can spend the budget on those platforms. So I would recommend first create the buyer persona first and analyze the campaign. And if you have the system, then analyze those leads by the source of the generated platforms. Hope I can answer
Yeah.
your question.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I have just all my social media has been working is taken care by the one vendor who is very
Okay.
expert
Okay.
in this. So they are doing
Okay.
everything for me. So I'm not doing myself because I don't have that much
Uh,
inside knowledge in that. That's why I'm using a good
Okay.
vendor for that. So they are doing for me. So we have targeted everything, whatever you have said. We
Hmm.
are doing all those things, but then
Hmm.
also
Hmm.
I'm not
Hmm.
getting where I'm lagging and where I'm stuck over there. So this is the reason why I'm present right now over here to solve myself all those issues.
I can understand. So, majority of the case, if you are getting the lead number of leads, but those are not irrelevant, those are irrelevant. So in this case, what happened? The campaigns and the content that you are, actually publishing on your social medias, on your paid ads, those are not relevant to your audience. So probably you need to, do the A/B testing also. Like you need to create the ads in the vernacular. So probably, so basically the first initial step is to create the buyer persona. You need to understand your buyer first. Like if your buyer needs the ads in your vernacular language, then you need to target the ads in your vernacular language rather than creating the content on the English, right? So British English. So that that
Means
that
like a
that's why
mother
I'm saying,
language.
yeah.
It
So
means
that's
like
why I'm
mother language.
suggesting, yeah. So that's why I'm suggesting that you should create the buyer persona first. You should understand the buyer first. Where are they present, what they need to I mean listen from you. Like the what are the challenges, what are their pains. So if you can create the detailed buyer persona, then it will help you to generate the quality leads, and you can easily get the good conversation.
Okay. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, I've got a quick question, if I may.
Yes, yes, Sabin.
Yeah. So two things I just wanted to quickly ask. So in your CRM platform, will there be some kind of a portal that is available for our students, in a sense that students have their own login, password. They have a different, let's say, a portal where they can track their application, where they have been applied to, which all the universities that we have. So somewhere, I mean, they get engaged to their journey with us. So is there some kind of a portal or app where they could track their own application?
So, hi, Mike. I would love to answer that question for you. Condesk basically is already planning for that. I mean, there is a mobile application which will be, going very soon. Not very soon, but then you can say in the coming quarter or maybe after that. So, which will help the students to, without any, IDs and passwords, if they have the link created in the CRM, they will get the link to install the application, and then they'll be able to, have their own sign up using their email addresses, and they will be able to track the entire things. Where is basically their application landing? If they want to upload any document which you guys are requesting, they'll be able to upload from there. They'll be able to see your services which you have listed, which you have to offer, helps you to cross sell the services. Also, they will be able to book the appointments as well. But there is something which is currently ongoing. I mean, the development is still ongoing. We don't have it live yet. As of now, there are some quick shareable links which you can share it with your leads in case if they want to, upload the documents directly sitting at their remote location using their mobile phones or applications, or laptops. It will directly get stored into your CRM. And certain quick forms like Google Forms, where you can collect the inquiries and you can generate the leads automatically once the form is filled. That is something which we have for now. And yeah, once the application will be live, I'm sure your concern will be completely solved.
Okay. Is it okay? Because I've got a few more questions that I'll ask one at a time.
Sure,
Right.
sure.
So
Please go
the
ahead.
other question that does your CRM, since it that we will be able to create, let's say, the lead gets automatically converted in the context platform. So is there any way where within your CRM you have some kind of omni-channel distribution? We don't have to look at the WhatsApp, the Facebook, the email separately. It gets somehow integrated into a single omni-channel network where we only look into that platform and answer, because it sometimes become difficult for us to look into, because we are marketing in Insta, Facebook, WhatsApp. Sometimes in Nepal, Viber is pretty popular. So we just wanted to ensure whether it's where we'll be able to integrate all those different channels that we use to communicate to our potential students into a single platform.
Yes, Mike. I mean, more or less, we have the Meta direct integration available. Apart from Meta, we have other lead generation platforms which can be easily integrated, which are Sulekha, Just Dial, Shiksha. That is again being used by a lot of Asia Pacific students. They check a lot of updates over such pages. So if you want to integrate that, again, it becomes omni-channel for you. All you have to do is just follow the small steps and have your pages linked. And then let's say even if you're running any multiple ads, for different type of locations, every lead will get automatically stored in to Condesk, where the source of the lead will be mentioned specifically. Currently, the ads that you're running on WhatsApp, you won't be able to generate leads from there because there is something which is, not directly available to integrate. However, yeah, talking about your website, we have a API key which can be, linked with your website, and all the even website queries can directly be populated to Condesk. So, a kind of, you can say 80 to 90% of your concern will be completely solved. Just about WhatsApp, that WhatsApp ads cannot be directly, the forms cannot be converted into the system for now.
Just to follow on, because in one of your slides you mentioned about using WhatsApp for a personalized message, SMS for the alerts, the email for more. Yeah. So and when we start generating leads, when you start getting all those useful data, we want to send them a customized, personalized information in the email, in the SMS, and we have our own WhatsApp business account. We have our own, let's say, email. I mean, the service provider, etc. So, does Condex have any system where we can send? So the previous question was more on getting those information from the students. Now we want to communicate back to the students, but we want to give a very personalized, and we don't want to open a WhatsApp separately, Viber separately, get into the SMS separately. So if there is an integrated platform where we just somehow put it into a certain, there are ways of running some macros on Excel and sending it, which is a very tedious process to do, and that's what we are currently doing, and it takes a while. So is there any solution that you have very easy in your CRM platform that we can use to send personalized information to the students?
Yes, Mike. So again, in terms of communicating with the clients from Congress, you have email integration available with whatsoever provider you must be using at the moment, as well as in terms of WhatsApp, we have Meta WhatsApp as well as Gala Box, which can be integrated with system. However, you will not be able to bulk send the emails or messages from the system, but then specifically considering a student's journey. Let's say if Bhavesh is a student who came at for the consultation at your office. Now he is done with the counseling part. I want to send him kind of a welcome email that, okay, Bhavesh, thank you for choosing us. These are the details. This is the counselor who is will be assigned to you. Next step when he gets registered with me. So while I registered the Bhavesh's lead, he will receive again one more email mentioning that, okay, the next journey of the student. So rather than sending custom emails or where you can type and send the text, we have more of a streamlined workflows which have been created, and such automated notifications at the student's journey will be sent from the system. I
So
hope.
pretty much the last question, and I think
Yeah,
you
sure.
mistaken me for Mike. I am Sabin who's speaking for the
Oh,
last few
sorry.
questions. So I think Mike
My
will be
bad.
the okay. So pretty much last question, and I'm done. And then probably when we get into a more demo session separately, we'll have more detailed question at that point.
Sure.
Whenever we applying to the universities, there are multiple ways we apply to the universities. Number one are the universities that we are a agent of. So we send them, they provide us some links. Some we do it directly through their website. Some we use study link platforms, etc. So wherever we have connections. Number two, we use aggregators like Apply Board and all these
Yep.
big aggregators, and we use their platform. And they, in some way, the other, provides us those lead management, let's say, platform as well in some capacity. And third is uh, uh, we send application to the universities. We don't have any connection with them. It's just that the students wants to apply to that university. We're just assisting them in the entirety. Leaving the last one where it may not be a possibility, but at least in the first two, where we have that connection and we're using an aggregator base, does your CRM have some kind of whether that be an API integration? I'm not technically sound, but I just wanted to understand that, can we apply to the universities or to this aggregators platform directly through Coindex, so that we don't have to download all those documents that we have put in Coindex again, upload that back into a different platform, and we have two different CRM to handle, one for our student, one from a aggregator or from. So is there any way that it can be done, or a connective could be established, or whether you've done that? Because I'm sure you've done it with there are a lot of consultancy who use platforms like Apply Board. So is there anything that, because we don't want to be using multiple platforms, because we want a one-stop solution. So is there any solutions that you have, or a platform within Context that could be of assistance to us?
So basically, Sabin, Condesk as a CRM, it is all about tracking your students' data right from their entire journey. More or less, you will be able to create admissions in their workflows wherein you can analyze what number of admissions were being prepared, or how many students got the confirmations, how many visa applications were approved. Once you have those workflows in place, and once your staff members actually fulfill that workflows, the process basically, so you'll be able to have the analysis done, but then you won't be able to directly, let's say if you're creating an admission on Contest, it won't be directly sent to the apply board. It is more or less just managing the admissions rather than actually putting up the admissions onto their portal.
Okay. Okay. So
Yeah.
if let's say, for example, all these aggregators exposes their API to us in some capacity, do you think there's a possibility that we integrate within the CRM?
I'm afraid not at this stage. This is something which the discussion is
Okay.
already ongoing, to be very honest. The management is actually going to, take certain decisions in order to have these things available, because this is something which is coming in from a lot of other clients as well, the query that you have. So we are already planning it, like a kind of an aggregate model, but then again, not any sooner, might it might take a while to have that thing, available directly to the system.
Okay, great. So when how can we request for a demo? Is there, I mean, I've left a message in LinkedIn that we requesting for. Would that be sufficient, or is there any way we can reach out?
Oh, sure. I mean, that would be sufficient. My team will definitely, get back to you, and we'll arrange a specified personalized demo session for you. Should be fine. No worries.
Okay, thank you very much.
And anyways, yeah, no worries. Anyways, we have your details, so you might even, expect a call directly from my, team, and you can probably just choose a convenient time, and they'll be able to help you out with the demonstration.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
All right. Always a pleasure. Yes. Yeah, I believe even Mike, I believe he had a question, but then he's went his hand down. Okay. Do we have any more? Okay, Mike is still there. Yes, Mike, we can see that you have a question. Please go ahead, Mike. I believe your mic is on mute.
Hi, my name is Mike from eHealth Consultants. We have an office in Delhi, and we are trying to find a system where we can nurture our WhatsApp leads. So for the last week, we are sending bulk WhatsApp messages. We are getting favorable replies, but we don't know the right tool, how to do auto responding and how to do bulk messaging ethically. So is it something you could help us with?
So, Mike, in this case, I would suggest that you should opt for, Galabox and the Vati, and that is already integrated with the Condas. So,
Okay, well, can you repeat the name, please? Sorry.
Yeah, the team will, provide the name in the chat, and they will also provide the links. So they have they have a platform fees, and they are also charging per WhatsApp messages also. So and they have so many options. They are providing the so many options where you can automate the responses. Even you can build the chatbots, WhatsApp chatbots. So there are several options there there you can opt for the WhatsApp marketing. Even they are providing an options to build the automated journey flow. If somebody just send you a message, personalized greeting message, then what response you need to reply, a quick reply you need to give them. So such kind of automation you can easily do with the Galabox and Vati.
Okay, so I look forward to getting a link from your
Yes.
team.
Yes,
So
sure,
this
sure,
would
sure,
be
sure,
good
sure.
for us, and the quotation as well. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries.
And your platform is 365 with email marketing, WhatsApp marketing, and other marketing we do. Like they integrate all the marketing, lead generation, lead nurturing, and retargeting stuff.
So right now, our platform is integrated with the Galabox, like the WhatsApp and email. And right now we are in the middle of to connect more tools with our systems. So if you are looking to manage your leads in our system, then you can opt for the Condas. You can also minimize the lead leakage. That's how Condas can help you.
Okay, so we are actually had a meeting with FlexiFunnel for the lead
Okay.
management, funnel management. So I partially
Okay.
saw your PPT. I
Mhm.
joined a little late, so you are doing
Okay,
helping
okay.
in funnel management as well. So
Yes.
like 50% of the stuff we can do with Condesk, what FlexiFunnels does.
In this case, Bhavas, over to you. Yeah.
So yes, basically what happens is, man, I mean the marketing things that we kind of portrayed, what more or less on how you can actually improvise your strategies in terms of getting more leads. But then talking about Condes specifically as a CRM, this is not a complete marketing tool for you. This is more or less, a lead management tool wherein you can say track the entire journeys of the students. Let's say inquiries, prospect lines, leads from various sources, analytics of what number of payments were received, how many confirmations were received for specific university, how many visas were approved, how many documents were requested, specified your custom document checklist if you that you can share with your students, book appointments so that you can get in touch with them. So it is more or less for that, not only to, I mean, completely focusing on the marketing channels. Rather, as Nikunj mentioned earlier, a few aspects like your lead generation platforms like Meta, Shiksha, Just Dial. That is something which you can integrate so that your leads get automatically flowed to the system. It is not something which we kind of provide as a package in terms of even the Gala box that Nikunj mentioned earlier. That is a different entity altogether. So you can actually check out their tool. I mean, these were certain tools and certain tested tools basically, which have been already tested by our team, which are working very efficiently fine. So these were some suggestions which we were dropping in for you, so that you can actually check for these options and maybe try to maximize your conversions out of it.
Okay. Anyway, I would be able to get the recording of this webinar, like I joined it late. Okay. Thank you very much for your
Definitely.
time, guys. Thanks for
Thank
the
you.
informative session.
Pleasure, man. So yeah, I mean, I can see that a lot of questions even came in the chat box. I'm sure my team is responding to you guys. Okay, do we have any more questions that you would like to ask to Mr. Nikunj? Like one-on-one, any suggestions that you need or any other questions, anything that you want to know more about specific tools that you're using? Please feel free to raise your hand. We'll be more than happy to answer that. Yeah, I believe Milan is willing to ask the question. Yeah, please go ahead, Milan. So I believe your mic is on mute.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, all right. So, in regard to the conversation that you just had about managing WhatsApp messages in context to sending them, do you also have such tool integrated for Viber?
Which one? Pardon?
So you just mentioned that, I think in conversation with Mike, that while sending bulk messages for WhatsApp, there are few tools that
Yes,
are
yes, yes.
integrated with the CRM platform. So do you also have such tools for Viber messaging?
Right now, for the fiber messaging, our system is not integrated with any tools. We just have integrated with the WhatsApp as of now.
Okay, sure. Also,
Yeah.
can you elaborate a little bit more on Consign, which I believe is another product?
Yes, consign. So for the consign, yes,
Yes. Hi. I would love to answer the question for you. So basically, Consign is an e-signature platform that helps you to collect the signatures, from different, let's say, hierarchy. If you are maintaining, if you're having any important contracts that you're willing to sign internally, there are some offer letters which you want students to sign, or any agreements that you want them to sign. If you are very much into that process, instead of collecting the sign on papers, Consign helps you to share those documents virtually with the end client or your universities for that matter, and then they'll be able to use the digital tools. Like they will have an option of signing the document virtually, and there are additional features of Consign where you can manage multiple branches. You can set the signing order. For example, if there are three people, let's say Nikunj, Bhavesh, and Milan. Now I want that Milan should sign first, only then it should be sent to Nikunj, and then after that it should be sent to Bhavesh. So I can even set the signing order as well. So a lot of other features wherein you can even manage your documents properly. And if you're really interested to know more about Consign, you can definitely let us know. We'll be more than happy to even schedule a demo session for you for Consign as well.
Sure, thank you.
Sure. Yeah. So do we have more questions? I mean, we'd be more than definitely, happy to even answer to that. There were some really interesting questions that came in. So if any of you guys have any other questions, feel free to raise your hand, and we can do this. Okay, I believe Adesh has one question. Please go ahead, Adesh.
Bhavesh, can I get one demonstration for all the social media tools which you have presented right now so briefly? So I want to get one demonstration session for all the tools so that I can get more detail onto that.
Basically, Adish, I believe this kind of did not portray correctly. So Condesk is the CRM where you can integrate all these tools, and we do not really, offer the tools that we mentioned. They were like more or less kind of suggestions for you or an information tip for you that you were not aware of. For example, Talk is a chatbot, Jiva Chat is a chatbot. This is something which are not associated with us. However, these are some tools which you can explore. So what I'll do is, Adish, specifically for you, I'll ask my team to share with you these documents where we have listed down all the tools. It will become easier for you to share it with your marketing team, as you said that you are doing it from a vendor. Just make sure you ask them, you consult with them that okay, these are some tools which we can utilize in running the ads or running any campaigns that you are planning. So that is something I'm sure they must be aware, or they will have a way where you can directly get in touch with their point of contacts. Let's say if it is Stock, you can go to their website and ask for the demo. If it is Jiva Chat, just go to their website and ask for the thing. So let's say if it is SME Rush, so which helps you to optimize your content. So even you can go there, and I'm sure they'll be more than happy to provide you all the information.
Okay. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Not a problem. Yeah. Do we have any more questions coming in? Okay, I believe Sabin has again asked a question. Do you know any platforms that helps customize Viber messages individually?
So, Shabin, you can, check the Send Plus tools. The team will, send the link in the chat. So you just, check their platform once, and they are providing the customized chatbot facilities specifically designed for Viber.
I believe even Milan was looking for a similar solution. Milan, you can even just check this tool for your reference. Just see whether it is catering to your needs, because this is a chatbot again which helps you to have a seamless experience for Viber communication. So make sure you just check it out. We just dropped a link over here in the chat messages. Okay, so just maybe once last, I'll definitely ask from you guys, do we have any more questions for our expert? If not, maybe we can think of concluding this session. And yeah, of course, if you have missed out on any information, don't worry. We'll make sure that you receive the recording of this webinar so that you can have a detailed understanding and what all strategies basically we posted. Okay. Assuming that there are no further questions, Mr. Nikunj, would you like to add anything from your side?
Thank you, Bhavish, for this wonderful, informative webinar, and thank you guys for joining this webinar. Hope to see you there. If you have any questions, just connect us on the LinkedIn and the other platforms. We will happy to answer you. Thank you.
So yes, guys, I mean, thank you, Nikunj. It was a pleasure, hosting this webinar with you and getting some insights on marketing activities. And yes, I mean, if any of you guys are willing to connect with us, feel free to just search for Conze on our LinkedIn, on your LinkedIn profile. You can directly message us from there, and my team will be readily available to answer any queries. If you want to even connect for a demonstration session for any of our products, or if you want to know more about this webinar, you can reach out to us, definitely. So, okay, assuming that there are no further questions, I would like to conclude this session. I would like to really appreciate your patience, because this is something which kind of extended since we had, such content which was supposed to be given to our audience. But then, yeah, this is something I'm sure which will be productive for you. Maybe you can try and test these things and see whether it helps you to grow your education and immigration business in a proper way. So thank you, everyone. You have a great day ahead. Wish you all the best. And hopefully, if we conduct any further webinars in future, we'll, we might even see you there. Let's see if you are also willing to, get some more insights on the other topics that we'll be presenting in the coming days. So yeah, have a good one, guys. Cheers. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you, Nikunj. Bye-bye. Have a good day.
Same here. Bye-bye.